Sometimes, friends, sometimes you come to daven. Let's try and get to focus. Let's try. Sometimes you come to daven and you have the words and you know what to say. You have what to daven about before. And then sometimes a person can be in a situation where he's all ready to daven and he simply has nothing to say. And it doesn't mean that he doesn't feel anything. He feels a great deal. But he's searching to find words for his feelings. Because sometimes you can feel something so deeply that you can't even put it into words. So there's an amazing part of the davening that we said on Rosh Hashanah, we're going to say again in Yom Kippur, where we ask Hashem, Master of heaven and earth, Ribono Shel Olam, Creator of the world, Father in heaven, please give me words to say to you. Make them sweet, make them real. So I want to share this niggin with you. I think that most of us know it. The words are a bit complicated, but we'll do it with the niggin. But the main thing is it has to be real. And I want to introduce you, Chevra, just for a minute. I want to introduce you in this moment to an experience which is not a Kumzitz. I want to introduce you to something new. It's not a Kumzitz, because a Kumzitz is like a fun thing. A Kumzitz, you get together, and you dance, and you sing. This is not a Kumzitz. It's something different. We're going to dance, we're going to sing. But it's an opportunity, Chevra, it's an opportunity to connect to something that ordinarily we wouldn't. And that's what I want to invite us into. We're not singing for the sake of singing. We're singing because it's an avodah, because it's part of Avodas Hashem. Because this is a moment of faith, this is a moment of connection, this is a moment of being real, of being honest. So join me in this song. Okay, listen to this. Listen to this. Imagine, I hate to say bad things, imagine never, nobody should ever know from such a thing, a person who really something terrible happens to, just to use something relevant. And I'm sure it doesn't happen anywhere in Hasmo and any of the schools. Imagine if somebody really, really hurts your feelings. We shouldn't say you, we should say another person. Imagine somebody really, really gets hurt. But really hurt, not like a little silly thing, like really hurt. And I can tell you, when I was a kid, I went through a lot of bullying, a lot. And so if there's anybody out there that's in pain a little bit, there's one person in the room, and that's me, who really knows what that feels like. I'm not talking about like little, small things, like really mamish torn to shreds. So imagine Nebuch, a person's feeling that. But they still have to pretend to be tough, right? You don't want to cry in front of everybody, because that'll just make the problem worse, likely. So you hold it in, and maybe not just in front of other people, not like in front of other kids, maybe even to the teachers. Maybe a person pretends everything's fine. And you hold it in, and you hold it in, and you hold it in. And I bless you to have parents like this, I'm sure you do. But all of a sudden you get home, or a parent comes to pick you up from school, and mamish, like the torrents open, Mamish, like just a hurricane, like a flood of tears, Everything that a person's been holding back. And it might surprise you even if you've ever had this experience. And I hope you haven't, but I also hope you have. Not in the context of bullying, but let there be times in your life that you can cry. It's okay. And it's strong, and it's powerful, and it means something to you. And if some of you are too young to understand this, give it a couple of years. But it can only happen in the presence of someone who you really, really love, who you really feel comfortable bearing your soul to. Not just like a friend, because it doesn't happen. And so I want you to share this nigun with me. We sing, Shivchi kamay libeh. I want to pour my heart out with water, mamish tears. The Eish Kodesh, the Peace Hassan Rabbi writes, why do we cry? He says because we overflow. When the soul overflows, it pours out of the eyes. That's what tears are. It's like you pour too much water in a cup, it comes over the sides. But we can only really let ourselves go. Let our experience of God be one where that's where I can let go. That's where I can let go. Kadosh Baruch Hu is real, and He loves me, and He's holding me, and He's enveloping me. And He's seeing the good in me, and He's there for me. So Shivchi kamayim libeh, when can a Jew really let go? When we feel that we're standing in front of a Kadosh Baruch Hu, something opens, something so real. So please sing this song with me from the dead. I really wish that we had the other speaker. I don't know what Lolo is, but it's on the way. Okay, Baruch Hashem.
Hashem
settled again. Time. Let's get settled. Let's try to get settled again. And I want to do something different, but I'm going to need your help. I want to do something different. I'm going to need your help. Each and every one of you to join us. Adults and teenagers alike, if you can dance this song. So what we're going to do is the following. I need a volunteer.
Shame it.
It's not a magic trick. You know what I'm going to do. heard what he was actually doing, your round of applause would be so much bigger if you guys just listened to one second. Are you ready? Are you ready? I need silence. I need silence. What's in here? Yup. Okay. Yaakov is going. Are you guys ready? Yaakov is going to hand out papers. Here are papers. You can also give stacks a couple of paper around. Stack them there. Make sure that everybody gets, and then we really need silence. Amazing job, man. Amazing job. Here's my question. I'm not going to talk loud. I'm not going to talk loud. Whoever wants to listen is privileged and able to join us. And it's my source. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's something good. Okay, listen to this. We're just, we set that off just to get everybody quiet. That's part of the deal. So here's my kasha. Here's my kasha. Chazal tell us that it's absolutely forbidden for a person to judge somebody else. Which Chazal am I referring to? Ignore it. Ignore it. This is life. Things happen in life that are disturbing. Ignore it. What do Chazal say? Chazal say, Al tadim es chavercha ad shetagia l'mekayim. Alright, what does this mean? It means it's forbidden to judge somebody else until you're in their place. Why do you think that is?
You know how they feel.
Because?
You know how they feel.
If you stand in their place, you know how they feel. You know how they feel, you know who they are. So here's my big question. We know, Chevra, that Hashem keeps the Torah. We know that Hashem keeps His Torah. Is that true? We know that. So then how does Hashem judge us? How does Hashem just ignore it? Ignore it. Ignore it. It's good. It's good.
It's a social.
How does HaKadosh Baruch Hu judge it? Well, hold on a second. Yom Kippur is Judgment Day. So why is HaKadosh Baruch Hu judging us? I'll tell you this. What do you say? So it's a strong kasha, right? Al Parnas Tavercha. Listen to this. The tzaddikim say the following: why can't I judge somebody else? Because it's impossible for me to be in their place. It's just impossible. If I was in your place, you wouldn't be here. It would either be me or you. We can't take up the same 2 feet, right? Who is able to be literally in my place without me being obliterated, erased? Only HaKadosh Baruch Hu. How do we know? Because Hashem is called the Mekayim Shel Olam. Hashem is the space of the world. Doesn't mean that there's space and there's a world. Every single particle of physicality is Hashem, Mamish Hashem. That means I'm here and Hashem is here. You're there, and literally in that place is a revelation of Hashem. So amazing thing. An amazing thing. That means that we come into Yom Kippur, try to focus for a minute. I know it's hard, especially with the alarm, but it's good. When we walk into Yom Kippur, this means to say that we're being judged by someone who is in our place, who always was in our place. And therefore, having done his kol adam l'kav zchus, therefore we're able to be judged favorably. Round of applause, of course. Round of applause. So, Clever, I want to teach you a song. You have the papers in front of you. If you have a paper, hold it up. Yeah, you have a paper over there? You guys have papers out there? You too? Great. Okay. I want to teach you a song, but in order for this to work, we need everybody listening because it's a little bit complicated. The words you have in front of you, it's called An Everlasting Love. First of all, if you know this song, I'd be surprised. Raise your hand. Okay, 1 yid. Strong. 2 yid. Good. 3? You know the song too? Aseret. Okay. So we're going to learn this song together. We're going to sing it. And we're going to realize an amazing thing. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves us infinitely. Means forever. Like it says in the words. Eternal. An everlasting love. And when we come into Yom Kippur, there's a part of you that's being lit up, that has a connection to Hashem that nothing you ever did or could ever do could do anything to ever. That's Yom Kippur. It's an amazing revelation. An amazing opportunity. So we're going to sing the song. The words are in Hebrew and in English. We're going to do the Hebrew first and then the English. And then if you could join me, we could sing it until next Yom Kippur maybe. Okay. But listen, Mamish, just the first time, just really listening. Really listening. I want you to learn this song. This will not be the first time we're singing it together, I guarantee you. And the British people are great with many things, but some songs, it's time for you to learn. Okay, so it goes like this. Okay, join me if you know it already. something to dance about. Anybody who wants to go, absolutely, we'll miss you terribly until next time. For the family that want to stay, if I could ask you to move up, take the chairs. Awesome. Great. Move in. And whoever stays, okay, then we can rejoice. Then we get to dance. Get in. Whoever who's staying, if you're with us, get in. Okay. Here comes a story. Okay, here's a story and then we'll dance. And then we'll dance and then we'll go. Listen. Here's a story. This really you need to open your eyes. Okay, so how many of you have heard of Rabbi Yitzchak? Rabbi Yitzchak of Berdichev. Okay, so it's before Yom Kippur. And something terrible seems to be happening. Something terrible. Because Rabbi Yitzchak has a dark cloud. Not a dark cloud over his face. And people are shaking, people are shuddering. They're scared. A couple of days before Yom Kippur, Rabbi Yitzchak of Berdichev calls his gabbai into his office. And the gabbai is shaking because he sees something's off. Something's not good. And he's waiting to hear that there's some kind of gezeira, that there's some kind of ominous decree on Am Yisrael happening in the coming year, that they need to somehow do something radical to avoid. What is it? And instead, Rabbi Yitzchak is talking business. Strangest thing. He tells the gabbai, listen, every year before Yom Kippur, people come and they want to give a kvitlah. They want to give a note, and in the note is written their names. Their names, what they're davening for. And usually, all the Hasidim line up one by one. They give their note. And the Rebbe looks at it, and he looks at the name, and he davens for them. It's good. Rabbi Yitzchak says, this year we're changing things, switching things around. Bizarre. He says, this year, we're not just praying for people for free. We're just davening for everybody who wants to line up and join us. He says, this year we're charging. Got smart. A ruble, a kvittel. You come in with a note, you pay for it. A ruble. If you give a ruble with your notes, then Rabbi Yitzchak davens for you. If you don't have a ruble, so you don't have the entrance fee, it doesn't work. The service fee. So the gabbai is shocked. It doesn't really sound like something that the tzaddik would say or want to implement. It's just a bizarre thing. Requiring people to pay so that you daven for them, it's straight. This is what the Rebbe says. Okay, it's getting closer to Yom Kippur. The gabbai puts up signs all around the Beis Medrash. Let's try to focus. For those of us who are with us, let's try to focus. A Kumzitz like this, if you bring in, is a good exercise for life. Because in life, you're going to want to do things, stay focused on things. It's not always going to be the most ideal setting. But you realize, no, this is the most ideal setting. I don't have to be distracted by everything. I don't have to be bothered by everything. And I get to do this all the time, as I do events all over the place, all the time. And there's invariably people are talking, and they're noise, they're younger kids, and it's hard to relate to all age groups over here. So you just, you do 3 words, ready? You let it be. You just let it be. You stay focused. We have that capacity. Amazing opportunity. It's an exercise, like a muscle. It's a great thing. So let's try to do that now and stay focused with us. This is a l'chatchila, not a b'diavad. This is a good thing. So listen to this. All the people are getting their ruble ready. It's not that much for most people. They have a ruble, they have a kvittel. Okay, they come, they line up one by one. Everybody's giving their ruble. Everybody's taking a kvittel, and the Rebbe's reading it, and he's davening for each person, and the stack of rubles are growing and growing. Comes to Erev Yom Kippur. And a lady is standing in line. And it gets to her turn, and she's mamish, poor like a pauper, mamish, a pauper, tattered clothing. She's a widow. She's trying to raise a baby on her own, her son. And she's sick, and her son's sick, and the whole situation is just impossible. Mamish impossible. And it comes her turn, and Rav Levi Yitzchak looks up, and the Gabbai tells her, okay, you can give your kfittel. But it's a rule. These are the signs, this is the new rules, it's a rule. She says, a ruble? She says, I don't have money to buy a milk. I can't pay a ruble. Whatever a ruble was, whatever the currency, I don't have money for this. How could it be that the Rebbe's not going to daven for me? So he says, okay, listen, I just work here. So they go over to Rav Levi Yitzchak and they explain the situation. Rav Levi Yitzchak says, I'm so sorry. Rules are rules. Can you imagine a less Rav Levi Yitzchak-like thing? But this is what he says. It's a ruble for a kfittel. You don't have a ruble, I can't daven for you. And she's begging, she's pleading. He says, listen, if I make an exception for you, I make an exception for everybody else. This is the rule. And so she starts going home, and Mom is crying. And she thinks to herself, listen, okay, this is the rule, but I could try to raise the money. I could try to pull a couple of coins together, a couple of pennies, it comes together for $1, whatever it is, a ruble. So she goes and she spends the next couple of hours, she's going through the streets and begging people and pleading, and everybody's busy. It's every kid pursues and people are busy eating and thing. Finally, a couple of minutes before Yantiv, she comes running in with a sack with some coins. She comes over and she puts the sack of coins on the table. And she gives the kfittel to Rav Levi Yitzchak. Rav Levi Yitzchak unfolds it. And he sees, oh boy, there are two kfittelach here. There's one for her, and there's one for her son. So the Heilige B'ditcher, who loved us so much, he really knew how to see the good in people. He really did. When everybody else, it was finished, Rav Levi Yitzchak sees the good in you. See, he looks at her and he says, there's only one ruble here. Poured all the coins out, he counts them, and he sees only one ruble. 1 ruble, 2 kfittels. So he says to her, I'm so sorry. Rules are rules. Again, she's pleading, begging, please. It's kfittel, a couple of minutes to call Nidre. He says, rules are rules. 1 ruble, 1 kfittel. Choose. I can bring down salvation for one of you. It's you, or it's your son. Open your hearts, friends. She says, listen, forget my kfittel. Daven for my son. Let him be healed. Let him grow up a Yerushalayim. Let him grow up loving life, loving people, loving the Torah. Really, jumps up, he grabs the kfittel, and he runs into the shul. And he comes in front of the Aron. And he looks up at HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who was famous for doing this. And he says, you're our Father. We're your children. Look down and see what a mother's willing to do. She sets herself completely aside. Her considerations, what she cares about, it's nothing compared to how much she cares about her son. She's willing to put all of her life on the line to put her son first. He says, we're coming into Yom Kippur. You have your cheshbonos, you have your considerations, and you're makbid, because there's schar and oynesh, and there are things that we've done that weren't appropriate, and there are things that we've looked at, and there are things that we've thought about, and there are things that we've done that don't fit within the framework of our ideal of what we want to be. But Rebbeinu Shalom, if you're our Father, can you put yourself aside because of your everlasting love? As Levi Yitzchak said, now we can go into Yom Kippur. And of course he davened for her, and he davened for her. But he was trying to engineer a situation to bring about this human feeling that we as parents, I can speak for myself, and the Israel Hashem, at the right time for all of you to bring children into the world. There's no greater miracle. There's no greater miracle. There's no greater privilege. You'll see. You'll be willing, literally, to do anything in the world for your kid. And that's exactly the way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu looks at us. I beg HaKadosh Baruch Hu to allow me to remember this story when I walk into Klein, and to stand at the bima, hopefully down in Klein, to stand there with a talis over my head, and to have confidence. Of course, Yom Kippur is a day of Yira, of course it's a day, but it's a day of an everlasting love. It's a day of the revelation of that point inside of us, where mamish ki anu banacha, where HaKadosh Baruch Hu's children, He loves us. He loves us. He's hamakim. We tried saying before, I don't know how many of you heard, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the Makayim Mashalaylam. He's in your place. He understands you ad ein sof ein tachlis. At any point in your life, from the moment that you emerged from the womb until now, there's not one thing that you went through alone. Not one. HaKadosh Baruch Hu's been there. He's with you. He sees where things started. He sees what happened. He sees the whole story. And therefore, HaKadosh Baruch Hu judges us favorably. It's not a judge. It's our Father, who's giving us the opportunity to live a life that's lifted, a life that's elevated, a life that's raised, a life that's real, a life that's beautiful, a life that's plugged in, a life that's free of anxiety and stress and just all the lowliness that comes along with the ego and with not seeing ourselves as a neshama. We can live radically different lives. And I beg you, especially the older chevra, Be'ez Hashem, I'm going to be in Hasmo, I think, every Friday, Be'ez Hashem, after Sukkot. I beg you, let's connect. Let's connect. Take my hand, I promise you. We'll walk on a different path together. Different path. And I'll help you avoid so much of what I had to go through that was avoidable. Years of pain, confusion, misdirection. We need to stand up tall and proud. We can do it together. We can do it together. I don't know if the Chavre here use WhatsApp. I presume that you do. On the back of the sheets, you can find a number. Yeah, a number, a QR code. If you do use it, if not, you can tell your parents about it. To stay updated. There's going to be events. There's going to be different opportunities. You can come to me for Shabbos. That's what I'm here for. I moved here just for this. Just for you. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to get to know you. And it's not about quantity. It's not about filling a room with 500 people. I just need a few good men. I just need a few chevra that get it. And together we can make something happen. And this is something to dance about. Klein. B'yad